crew of Amirage Recordings, so stay locked in and keep it tuned to House Calls with TNT, where music, culture, and talk radio meet.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to House Calls with TNT, where music, culture, and talk radio meet. I am Tawanda.
I'm DJ Tony Gray.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
We are here to bring you all things music industry related, whether it's on the scene or behind the scenes. We will be talking to DJs, artists, promoters, entrepreneurs, all music industry related people.
And beyond.
And beyond. But before we jump into the show, let me give you the 411 on who we are. We are Mr. and Mrs. House Therapy. You can find DJ Tony Gray on multiple platforms. I am the wifinger. I am the wife, the manager, the promoter. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the talent.
She would like to think so.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Or you can just Google us. All right. Let's get this show started. So what we're going to talk about today is probably what everybody's talking about, is the lottery. So right now we know it's up there.
Oh, yeah.
It's up there. So my question is, well, I guess I got a two-part question because I will buy my tickets and play the lottery. But my husband thinks it's gambling, so he doesn't like going to buy the tickets. So
why you got to throw me on the bus like that?
Because of the discussion that we've had, and it's worth having. So for me, I don't have a problem doing it. You think it's gambling.
I try not to do anything that's addictive. That's what it is.
Okay.
To some people, it's addictive. It's a form of, gambling because,
right.
You got some people that not pay a bill and play the lottery.
True.
I'm not that dude.
You sure? Because I'm just saying, why won't you play the lottery then? You afraid you might get addicted?
No, I just don't put myself in that position. The only thing I'm addicted to is you. Okay, music. My bad, music.
This man, y'all, this man. Okay, so in the second part of that question is, what would you do if you won the lottery, though? Or should I say, what would you do if I won the lottery because you don't play?
Hold up now. When you tell me to go get tickets, I go get tickets. Don't do that. Don't make it seem like you never
reluctantly, yes, you do. Yes,
what you doing? Nothing. Nothing right now. Go get some lottery tickets.
Yeah, you do.
All right.
You do.
Not
so
all
what would
the
you
time.
do, though? What would you do if you won the lottery?
You know what? If I hit the lottery, it's like this. I can't say, because whoever's listening to this segment gonna say, yo, you said you was gonna do such and such. See y'all be all out here, yeah, I'm gonna do so and so. I'm gonna take care of my family and all of that. Your family, you got some cousins you ain't seen in years looking for your behind. No, I ain't telling nobody.
You ain't telling nobody.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not adopting nobody.
I know that's right, babe.
Whatever I do, I'ma do. Y'all ain't gonna know.
I know that's right.
I think I'm the first person to ever say that.
What?
Every time they have a mic in front of them, I'ma take care of my family. I'ma give to charity. All the, the common, the common things.
Those are the common things. Yeah.
Nah, son.
Nah. Son. Y'all ain't getting nothing.
No, I didn't say that.
Y'all ain't getting nothing.
No, I just don't. No.
Oh, my bad. I was talking to my family. I was talking to my family.
I do not want to be held accountable. They might take me to court. You said you was going to take care of your family.
Exactly. Why you think I'm saying?
Judge, I'm his family. I'm his fourth cousin to the left.
See, that's why I'm saying it. Ain't nobody getting nothing. I ain't promising nobody nothing. I'm going to stay incognito. I'm going to leave all the cars that we have parked at the house. And I'm going to buy a whole new house. So when our relatives come by, they're gonna ring the doorbell like
It's gonna be the
y'all
decoy
calling
house.
Where y'all at? I know. The decoy house.
We're gonna answer the ring from the other house.
From the other house.
From another state.
From a whole
Probably
other
another
league.
country.
I know, right? Like, where y'all at? We at the store. We'll let y'all know when we get home.
Yeah. I ain't telling nobody. No.
Nah. But you know, everybody knows the chances of winning the lottery are slim to none. But hey, can't win if you're not in it.
Yeah, bless those who do win.
I know, right?
Most of the time, it's never mind. I ain't even gonna say.
I mean, sometimes I wonder. You'd be like, do people really win this thing? But then you see
I'm just
people that
saying,
have won it.
Most of the people that have won it
They
already had money. A lot of them already had.
A lot of them already had money.
I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna play it, but I mean, I understand why you don't, and I know you only go and get the tickets because I asked you to. Much appreciated, dear. But yeah. So there's two sides to the coin. You know, I do it because really in my hearts of hearts, you know, I feel like, you know, God bless me, I'm gonna bless others. But like you said, it could be addictive. So you have to be careful, you know, how you play. Like they say, play responsibly.
Yeah.
It's just for entertainment. It's just for fun. Yeah. But I mean, I applaud you, of course. You know, like you said, you don't want to put yourself in that position.
Yeah, like you went on that boat, that gambling boat. What did I do? I stayed outside and let you go ahead.
Yeah. I know, right? Can't even get you to drop a quarter in the machine and pull the handle for me. Nah. You be like, nah.
Nothing that's addictive.
I feel you. All right, guys. Well, that's our topic for the day. The lottery. What would you do? All right, guys. It's time for the House Music Social Media Minute. The first one we've got is on August the 19th. We've got Autonomy of House live at Harlem Park from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. We've got DJ Tommy Davis, DJ Dale, DJ Exotic, a few more people on that. And then next up, we've got After Work Thursdays featuring Tariq Brody, which will be on August 31st at Cafe Z. That's free admission, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's in Union, New Jersey. And we also have, Edison House Music Festival, Saturday, August 26th from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's a free event featuring DJ Beloved. And I think they've got 8 different DJs and artists on that. And then for our DJs on deck, we've got DJ Spin on Thursdays at 5 p.m. on IAAHradio.com. And we've got, DJ Wakil Ali is on Mixcloud. You can look him up at WASSP under Wakil Ali. He puts his mixes up there weekly. So check him out. Just go on Mixcloud and look up DJ Wakil Ali and listen to his mixes there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Hot Track of the Week. And this hot track is by Anaya Weathers, and it's called Time Moves On.
Where did the time go? Stop procrastinating and reach for your goals. Before you know it, life will take control. So time is of the essence. Let's make this clear. Put your best foot forward and let's persevere. Time is a gift that we need to cherish. Let's make it last and don't let it perish. Hope in the song will always carry on. Talking about time. Time moves on. Time waits for no one. No one. Time waits for no one. No one. Time waits for no one. You see how time flies when you're having fun. I said before, time waits for no one. Use your time wisely and reach for your goals. Time is right now. You've been told it's not promised to any of us. Time is of the essence. On this you can trust. Yesterday's a memory. The day's almost gone. So get yourself together. Time moves on. 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 Time moves
Our guest today is Msyazz Roar. She is a spoken word artist who has volunteered her services for over 12 years as a motivational speaker, providing spoken word and house music to the F1 and C2 units mental health and addiction treatment recovery center in the same hospital she detoxed in. Today, Msyazz is a certified global life change coach and owner of Be Your Life Change LLC, planting seeds for the purpose of growth and meaningful, long-lasting change. We're going to see Msyazz today, and she's going to discuss some things that happened to her in her childhood. So I wanted to put a disclaimer on today's interview. So if you have small children or young children listening with you, I would ask that you ask them to leave the room. If you want to share this with your children later, that would be great. She will touch on some things that are very sensitive to her and to hear. So I did want to put the disclaimer on before we head out to go see her and do this interview with Msyazz. All right, guys. So get ready to hang out with Msyazz Roar.
I wonder who had to just ring my bell at this time.
Queen, open the door.
Hello. I wonder who's ringing my bell at this time of night. They know they're supposed to call me before they come over here. Tawanda, what are you, Bonnie? What's doing here? You guys popping up unannounced. I appreciate it.
I know, right? Girl, look, I know. We bad about that. That's what we do. We just out here in these streets making these house calls. We just running up on folks.
Listen, you lucky you a Virgo born the same day as me, okay? So I will this time.
I get a pass for my twin sister.
Yes, you get a pass. How are you, my darling?
I'm good. Can we come in and chill for a minute and talk to you?
Come on in, have a seat. Let's chill. Would you like something to drink?
Oh. Yeah, give me, let me see what I want.
No liquor. We don't have no liquor up in here. That's the only thing. No liquor. You can have some water, some juice.
See? Why she gotta assume that I want liquor, Tony?
Let it be known, because you know us black folk, we like it to drink sometimes. You know what I mean? So I gotta let it be known, child.
Well, I guess I'll take some juice. I want some juice. Okay.
Yeah, have a seat, relax, and so what you guys doing here?
I know, right? Well, my queen sister. Well, you know I have my show, House Calls with TNT, and what we do is we just go around and make house calls at all our friends and family and people that's in the house music community. And of course, you know I had to include you.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
And I know how you are, so I knew I had to pop up on you and surprise you. I know you.
I appreciate it. Yes. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for including me and thinking about me for your show.
Of course. Now, you know I know who you are and what you mean to us in the house music community. But please introduce yourself to my audience. Let everybody know who Msyazz is.
I sure will. Well, let me start by saying most people may not know my name is actually Yasmin. Mm-hmm. And that's where the Msyazz comes from. Okay? Roar came from Reach Out Addiction and Recovery, which was a 501c3 nonprofit organization that I started for women back in 2016. Wow. So that's where the Msyazz Roar started and came about. Now, what happened was I started Roar because I am in recovery now. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I have over 13 years clean. And
congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And it wasn't easy because, there were a lot of traumatic experiences that had happened in my life that led up to my addiction, which started back in the 4th grade, where I was actually sexually assaulted in the courtyard of the public school I attended in Brooklyn, 219 public school. And it was by about 5 or 6 boys. And what I did not know then that was really going to be the beginning of who I was going to become.
Wow.
And it changed my life and the choices I made, and forever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what kicked off my whole, being secret, and my whole, where I was very insecure as a little girl. I was a pretty little girl, but I didn't know it. I had no self-esteem, an only child. My mother, she worked all the time, so I was a latchkey kid. My dad wasn't really around at all. But when he did come around, he was fairly physically abusive, very heavy-handed with the belt. So I really never felt like I had a place to be safe. I was bullied in school. The kids in the neighborhood I was bullied by. I had girls coming and knocking on my door just to fight me.
Oh my goodness.
So I never really felt like I had a safe space to turn to. And so keeping things secret, especially being an only child, we tend to kind of like be to ourselves. And I know my mother was pretty strict, so I was, because I was an only child and because, it was just her raising me and I didn't have brothers and sisters, and she's an only child as well. So I had a very small family. I didn't have aunts and uncles to turn to, the dad and to turn to for protection. So I learned how to keep things to myself. But what was really key for me was music. I can remember, I can remember putting my mother's heels on in my Pampers still, and standing in the mirror, posing and combing my hair to the music and stuff like that. I even have a picture of myself doing that. Yeah. And by the time Soul Train came around in the 70s, girl, I was about 5 or 6 years old. You could not tell me I was not a Soul Train dancer, okay? I would get that TV. Actually, we had a big color TV in the living room, and I had a small little black and white one, and I used to go out to the living room and unplug that TV and drag it down the hallway to the room, to my bedroom. Right? Because you can see the people better on the bigger TV. I want that little black and white TV with the hanger as the antenna, So,
oh my God!
I would drag that TV, and the thing about it, it was so big, and there was a time when my mother used to plug it into an extension cord, and I can remember one Saturday going to get the TV, and I took the extension cord and I put it in my mouth to unplug it. It got electrocuted, and had to be just to watch Soul Train, just to dance to some music.
Yeah.
Okay, and got electrocuted. And had to be taken to the hospital. I almost died, child, okay? Trying to dance with the Soul Train dancers. I had my microphone when the people were singing, the brushes, my microphone.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, okay? So, listen, music has played all kinds of parts in my life. I can remember, and even I got high with house music back in the day, which we called club music back then. At the Paradise Garage, I can remember, because remember now, I never felt like I fit in anywhere. No, I didn't have that safe place,
Right.
I was a young black girl with a different textured hair. I had an accent because my family was from Trinidad. And I literally would go in the bathroom and try to speak like I'm the American just to lose my accent when I was a little girl. Just so that I could fit in. Because I wanted to be accepted so much. But what I didn't know then was that I wasn't supposed to be accepted because I was special and unique and a different breed. I just didn't know it.
Just didn't know it then.
I just didn't know it then, and I wasn't supposed to fit in. And, that's where the lack of social skills and the shyness and the being to myself and really losing myself in the music and putting, cutting out pictures out of Right On magazine and putting them on the wall and just those were my friends.
Oh my
you know
God!
What I mean?
Every black girl USA, honey. Right On magazine, yes.
Right On magazine, honey. I would cut some pictures out. Foster Silver was gonna be my baby daddy. Michael Jackson was gonna be my other baby daddy. Okay, honey. What?
Oh my God, you are speaking. You are speaking.
Yes, those were like my friends, Janet Jackson and oh my goodness, and the Silvers and just like, oh my gosh, just everybody all over my walls. And one of the reasons also why I covered my walls, I had my walls covered with pictures, was because of the abuse that I was getting at home. I had pink walls. My dad had this huge blue belt that had 3 balls across and down the length of it, and that's what he used to beat me with. And the sometimes he would miss me and hit the wall, and I would have like blue, like scratches from the belt hitting it all over my wall. So I covered my walls with the Right On magazine. Once again, music. Because this was part of the music. The music was, even in the pictures, was healing to cover my walls with.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. And, these are the music has always played a part in my life in some way or another, even in gymnastics. My mother enrolled me into gymnastics, and I used to, be on the floor making up routines to music on the floor, floor routines in gymnastics and on the beams and things like that.
So music literally saved your life, like all through your life, basically, it sounds like.
Absolutely. It was my safe place to go to.
That was your
safe space. I can remember going into the garage, and I can remember the feeling of watching people who didn't fit in all come together and fit in with one another. And that for me was so special and so freeing. And I felt like I found a place that I could go to and just be myself.
Right.
Or at least find who I was. Because I didn't feel like I knew who I was. With all the traumatic experiences that had happened to me. Even when I was 16, my very first boyfriend, who I lost my virginity to, he held me hostage in his house and tried to choke me out. He pulled the phone out the wall and took the key out the door so I couldn't get out. And he was a drug dealer. He was a bodybuilder, a big guy. And I'm only 5'2". At that point, I was like 125, 130 pounds. And I had to fight for my life to get out of there. And eventually, someone from outside heard me screaming because he had the window open and said they were going to call the cops. And him being a drug dealer, that was the last thing he wanted was cops.
Right.
So he literally kind of opened the door and just like threw me out. And I rolled out onto the porch. The girls were laughing at me. I had red juice spilled over my shirt, so it looked like I was bleeding. And it was just like whole big, thing. But these are the types of experiences that also help to cause me to be such an insecure young woman at a very young age,
Right.
And then to fast forward, meeting my daughter's father, that was my first husband, and who was also a drug dealer. Okay. And he was another one, after being with him for years, he put his hands on me, and it was like, one thing I could say about me, I wasn't one of those types of women that was like, "Oh, no, stop, please do," I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter, because I had to fight. I didn't have brothers and sisters and a dad to turn to, so I always had to fight for my life, basically. You know what I mean? And that instilled a lot of fear also in me as well. I was always walking around afraid and fearful, because of always having to fight or being picked on. But I didn't ever want to be looked at as a victim.
Right.
So that's why I've always fought back.
Right.
And now
you're in survival mode. Like now, anything that you come up against, like it. Listen, now I get why you can be so inspiring with what you do because of what you've been through. So when something comes up against you, any type of adversity, like you can you almost be like, huh? Like, oh, that's all you got?
Yeah, but you know what though? Like, I hear what you're saying, but it's and not really, because of the damage. Like even though I have been through all those things and I've worked on myself and I've gotten so much help to be able to handle and deal with them, there's still those times that even now, like someone can I feel like being a bully on social media or coming at me. Right. It takes me back to that little girl.
Oh yeah, but you have the tools now. Like
Absolutely.
You have the tools that you didn't have then.
Absolutely.
So now now that things happen, it's like, you have the tools to deal with that.
I do.
You know who you are now. You know your place. You know what I mean? Like you and like you said, you found house music. Like, when did you fall in love with house music?
I fell in love with house music, like I said, walking into the Paradise Door. Well, actually, I'm going to be honest. The first place was the Red Parrot. The Red Parrot was the first place I went to, and I fell in love with the club music from there. And then it was the Paradise Garage as well. I took a break from the music for a while after the garage had shut down because I was busy getting high. I was busy drinking. I was having fun. I was smoking weed. I was doing speed. I was drinking. I was having fun, girl. And then all of a sudden, one day, the fun stopped. And I can't tell you when the fun stopped and the problem started. Wow. And I realized, okay, this is an addiction. On top of the addiction, because I had a lot of anxiety from what I had been through. So I used to have panic attacks, and that's why I drank and got high, so that I would not go through the panic attacks.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so what made you get clean? Like, what happened in your life where you were like, you know what, Yasmina, you gotta, like, this is it. Like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, what happened was, I have a daughter. A daughter now, she's 30 years old. But at the time when this happened, she was just about to turn 18. Her birthday's in January. And this was probably like right around this December. She and I got into a fist fight. Like, I had been drinking that day. She mouthed off and said something slick to me, and I popped her in the mouth, and then I kept popping her in the mouth. And I guess she was like, I'm sick of this. And she decided she was going to put her hands on me, which was like, in a million years, I would have never put my hands on my mother. Okay? And we ended up having a fist fight, and I kicked her out. She went to live with my mother. And that was kind of like, though, an eye-opening experience for me, because I was realizing that I had been drinking and I just kept hitting on her. And I ended up going to find a place out here in Hackensack that to get help, and they turned me down. They told me they didn't have any beds, and I begged and begged them, and finally they called me and they told me, to come in like 2 days, and I went into a 4-day detox. But before that happened, I was actually dating a guy. Now, this was before I was dating Wakil. I was dating another alcoholic, of course. We birds of a feather flock together. And he was a serious alcoholic as well. And he had a heart attack. And when we took him to the hospital, doctor told him, like, you're going to have to stop drinking because you're going to die. And that scared me. And I can remember him staying in the hospital, but I went back to his house. And I tried to quit drinking on my own. And whoever's hearing this, I'm going to say this. Please do not ever, 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 ever try to detox from alcohol by yourself. You can die. You could die from it. Something called delirium tremens is what I had. And I was literally shaking profusively, like having seizures, but I didn't know it at the time.
Yeah, right.
But that's what was happening, and holding on to the walls just to get to the bathroom to be able to, do what I needed to do. And I was hallucinating. I thought there were mice on the bed, and mice were crawling on my skin, and they were attacking me. And it was real to me at the time. It was real. And it wasn't until I went into the detox program for 4 days at, back then it was called Bergen Regional Hospital in Paramus. That's when I was told that I had been going through the delirium tremens and having seizures, and I should have never had done that on my own. And that was in 2010, on January 10, and 13 years later, still clean. I never relapsed. However, during my recovery, I was still in the midst of another disease called bulimia. And which bulimia started because of all the other traumatic experiences that had happened to me when I was younger. And I started that probably around 16. And right now I have about 7 years clean from that. So you figure over at least 40 years I was in the midst of bulimia and no one knew. It was my biggest secret. Not even Wakil knew. And he was here with me. He had no clue. And he lived with me. I kept it a secret from everyone.
Wow.
And because of the bulimia, I developed something called visceral fat, which caused psoriasis of my skin, which also caused me to have issues with my veins in my legs. I forget the name of that condition, but I took charge. In between domestic violence, my second husband raped me. I never knew your husband could rape you. I never knew that. So all of these things that I had been through in my life, here we come now. I'm in recovery. I'm at a meeting, and I am wanting to go out and have a good time because I keep going to meetings in AA and NA, and I'm listening to people's problems every single day, all day. I got sick of it. And I said I wanted to have fun. That's when I found the Coffee Cave.
Okay.
The Coffee Cave was where I could go and dance to house music and not have to worry about any liquor being there because they didn't serve liquor.
Okay.
Right? So it's kind of like the best of both worlds for me. Will Milton, Ian Friday, oh my gosh, they played a big part in my recovery. When I first got clean with house music.
Right,
I got high with house music back then in the garage, but honey, I got clean with house music too.
All right now. Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? And that was really like the beginning of my healing process. I never in a million years thought that would lead me to be wanting to become a life coach, wanting to start Roar. Right. Today I have my LLC, Roar, my LLC, which is Be Your Life Change, and I'm a life change coach. So I help and guide people in the changes that they need to meet their goals, no matter what that is, whether it's you want to change your career, okay, changing your lifestyle, changing your mindset, changing the way you eat. Because I had to learn how to eat all over again. I was at a buffet, and I remember I was at a buffet with my friends. I think I had about 2 days clean from bulimia on my own, and I sat there and cried, crying at the buffet with my friends, and they're looking at me like, what the heck is wrong with you? And do you know why, Tawanda? I didn't know how to eat.
Blessed.
I had to learn how to eat all over again, but I'm talking about eating in a way to stop the bulimia from coming back, from me relapsing.
Right.
So I had to change my entire lifestyle, the way I think, the way I see myself, my mindset, the negative talk that I say to myself because of the addiction and the mental health, and all those things I did not realize was I went through so that I could help others.
Right. So this shy child that went through all this in her life, now she's on a stage singing her songs.
Yeah,
speaking her spoken word.
Girl, that's another story. That spoken word, I never, million years wanted to, thought about to, doing spoken word ever, never, until DJ Punch DJ Punch Zanzibar approached me in the club where Wakil and was playing one day. I think it's called Mrs. G in East Orange. And he was like, Yasmin, did I hear you say you do spoken words? I said, no, I never said that. But you know it's Virgos, right? Right, sis?
I know, right?
I can do anything I put my mind to, so, like, what? Okay?
It's like, no, who told you that?
Who told you that? But I can do it, though. So he was like, okay. He said, I tell you what, I'm going to give you, he told me he gave me 5 days to go write something. And I was like, what do you mean? He says, yes. I've watched you dance for years. You feel the music. Go home, put your headphones on, get in that zone, and just start talking. What do you say with you, whatever you're thinking of? And that's how my conversation with house music, that was my very first track that I ever did.
Love it. It's so different. Like,
Thank you.
different. So you. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I am so glad you came out of your shell and did that because, like you said, the things that you do, you're not just doing them for you, you're doing it for other people. Just you sharing your testimony now, the people that, will hear this, you never know who you may encourage to do the right thing for themselves.
Yes.
To find their way back. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my gosh, yes, I love
Thank
that.
You.
Yes.
Thank you. But even with the spoken word, and I came up with that track, my conversation with house music.
Right.
It really, I took that music, and it wasn't about me performing on stages in front of people. What I did was I brought it back to the hospital that I detoxing for Bergen Regional Hospital, and I took the spoken word to the F1 and the F2 units there, the mental health units, and that's where I gave people, I showed them and let them listen to the spoken word and said, if I can do this, you can do this too, and to give you a voice, from the judgmental others who judge you for being an addict or an alcoholic, and that's when the hospital, the director approached me and wanted me to actually start raw spoken word and music in the recovery center in the same hospital that I detoxed in.
Wow.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh my
that's God. That's just all God.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
So now I think you have another track that you're working on or coming out soon?
Yeah, I have a track that just was released not too long ago with DJ Punch is the original producer of this track, and it's called House is Power.
Okay.
And I'm going to be performing that track in Maryland on August 13th, my first outdoor performance at an event.
Congratulations.
Yes. Because I really never thought that would be something that would happen. This really was about helping others, like I said, with addiction and mental health.
Absolutely.
But, I'm just following, the lead of the universe, child. Wherever it takes me.
Why you think I'm sitting behind this mic right now? This is nothing that I personally felt like, oh, I want to do this. No. I know I have an assignment, so I know God is like, oh, okay. So you're not gonna do it this way. So let me ease you and nudge you this way. So by the time He puts me on the platform He wants me to be on, talking on a mic is going to be second nature to me. So I'm just trusting God. I'm just trusting the process of doing this. So I get it. You never see yourself doing certain stuff, but then when you're doing it and you're in the moment, it feels like you should be there. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
So I've seen you on the stage. I've seen you when you came in, you surprised us and performed at our event with Anaya. You guys were awesome. People were like, Msyazz.
Thank you.
Where did she come from?
Oh,
I know, right?
Yes,
and people don't know, that wasn't planned. I didn't even know you were home visiting your dad.
I know.
He's like, Msyazz is in town. I was like, what?
Crazy. That's what I'm saying. You know how, the universe will connect the dots and make things happen. And you just be like, wow, this is so amazing. If I wanted to plan it, it wouldn't have happened.
It wouldn't have happened.
That was the first time I had ever been to South Carolina. I'd never in my life been to South Carolina.
What?
That was the first time I had been there. So I was going to see my dad, and it was crazy how I was there while Anaya was performing, and we were not that far.
No, and
from you guys.
When I saw you and Wakil, and I was like, oh my gosh.
She got up there and killed it.
Yes, you did. Like, I'm telling you, you look comfortable. Like, it wasn't like it really was like a spontaneous thing. Like, we knew it was spontaneous, but you were like, shoot, you commanded that stage.
You sure did.
Oh,
you did that.
You,
so I know you're going to do an awesome job in August in Baltimore. I know you're going to do an awesome job. Like, everything, like when I saw that, I was like, look at the queen. Like, oh my God. Oh my God.
I can't wait to go out there and house it up with my Maryland
Yes.
band. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm coming, you guys. I'm coming.
I know, and I'm telling you, like, when you're on the dance floor, like, you tell a story with your body. You tell a story when you're dancing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I always try to tell people, like, with me, like, I always say that I'm a baby house head, but because I'm learning as well. And when I go to events and I see how the music ministers to people, like, I don't think people realize what house music does for people. And I really want people to experience it and be introduced to it the right way.
Let me tell you something, Tawana. House music is my medicine. It's my recovery. Okay? It's my breath. Like, I really, when I'm on the dance floor, it takes me to a whole nother place. Like, I'm not there. Like, I'm not there.
Right,
you know?
Right.
Sometimes, you know, people, they mean well, but they don't understand. When you see a house head, like I said, when you see a house head dancing alone, and you know, feeling it because they in that zone.
They in that zone.
Trying to get their house music therapy on. Listen, I know you've been told this before, okay? There's no standing on the dance floor. That's a piece from that track, you know?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you know, you should not interrupt the house head when they're in that zone. Leave them alone. Don't want to take a picture right now.
Thank you. Listen, it's literally house therapy. And that's what I love about the name of, you know, our business, House Therapy, because, and you know, it's therapy. Music is therapy. House music is therapy.
We actually need to create another label of house called Therapy House. You have Gospel House.
Yes.
You know, you have like we need a Therapy House.
Yes.
I even have a track that's called Therapy House that never really got attention either. You know,
it's so
New Jersey.
Much. It
New
is.
Jersey. Y'all need to support the artists more, New Jersey. Yes, you heard it from Msyazz. Please support us more.
That's right. Support.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say that, you know, if you don't do anything but share a post or share somebody's flyer or whatever, because we may not run in the same circles. We may not have the same friends on Facebook or social media, but share the post. How about buying a $1.99 track? How about that? Buy a track.
$2. Like, come on.
I mean, you spend more than that at McDonald's.
Thank you.
Come on.
Yeah, because the artists, you know, they don't make money like they used to back in the day.
Not
you know what
at
I mean?
all.
So purchasing a $1.99 or $2.99 track on TrackSource really does help the artist. So you guys, if you can, we would appreciate it.
Absolutely. I love that. So, Msyazz, let everybody know how they can find you. Tell us your pages on social media.
Sure. You know, I'm usually on Facebook, which of course everyone knows is Msyazz Roar. I'm on Instagram as Msyazz_Roar, ROAR. And you can also go on my business page, which is Be Your Life Change, and that's also on Facebook in the groups. And you can find my music on TrackSource, of course, and on Spotify and Bandcamp. So I would greatly appreciate the support. And for those of you who have been supporting, I appreciate you so much. I love you, beautiful souls. And thank you very, very much, because, listen, us artists, you know, we definitely need that support from you guys, and I really do appreciate that. I really do. Thank you.
Absolutely. Like you said, if they can't be there in person to support, then buy the track. Do whatever you can to support the artist so we can continue to get some awesome music and
all the
spoken
love
word.
they show me too on the dance floor. I love the love when they see me. You know, I'm a hugger. You know us Virgos, we love love.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
it.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Thank you so much for allowing us to pop up at your house like this.
Unannounced. No, thank you.
But it was for a good cause. It's for the audience. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Msyazz Roar. All right, thank you, Msyazz, for doing this for us. So
yes, you're welcome.
Before because you know Tony done left us. So before he started, see what I'm saying? Soon. Listen, girl. One day I'm gonna stay at somebody's house. I'm gonna stay at.
One day you gonna stay?
One day,
because he done left you.
Look, you ain't hear the horn? He out there honking the horn. So you know what that means. Look, he done snuck out. He like, you know what? Too much girl talk. I'm about to go.
Yes. I love you, sis. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you so much, sis. So much appreciate you. So thank you everybody for tuning in with Msyazz Roar. Please follow her. Please purchase her music. And Msyazz, let me go get in this car. And I will see you next time. Love you, sis.
Talk to you later. Love you too, Queen.
All right,
Peace,
Queen.
Peace and blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Because she cares, y'all. Her day wouldn't be right without her makeup. She's never out of makeup. She's just like you and me, but she's homeless. She's homeless. As she stands there singing for money.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in with House Calls with TNT, where music, culture, and talk radio meets.
Thank you.